Hi, I'm Bonnie Laufer from Tribute TV, and we're here at the Tower Bridge in London, England, where, by the way, I spoke to director Guy Ritchie and his talented cast of Sherlock Holmes. Now, Watson and Holmes, the new dynamic duo? Let's have a look.
I have a request. Someone I want to see. Sherlock Holmes. Mr. Holmes, you must widen your gaze. You underestimate the gravity of coming events. Tomorrow, at midday, the world as you know it will end.
Well, there isn't any time to waste then, is there?
How Sherlock savvy were the two of you before you started? How much did you have to dive into to prepare?
I knew nothing. I'd seen a couple of the TV shows over here when I was a kid, but the joy for me was going back to the books, and learning as it evolved.
I knew less than nothing, but I know that Guy grew up on those stories, and then started cracking books.
Lord Blackwood. You seem surprised.
The more Jude and I researched the original intention of Doyle's description of Holmes and Watson, the more perfect it became to be interpreting them. Reinterpreting them for us was actually more of a return to their original descriptions.
You never complained about my methods before.
I never complain. When do I complain about you practicing the violin at 3 in the morning? Or your mess? Your general lack of hygiene, or the fact that you steal my clothes?
I understand.
Do you?
What you need is rest.
Well, they first met in this hotel, actually, just over a year ago. And I was like a sort of mother hen trying to put a couple together. It was rather like an arranged marriage, but within 10 seconds you could see that the chemistry had really taken care of itself. And once we transcended that obstacle, then everything else really took care of itself.
It appears he's come back from the grave, sir. Most engaging.
Very clever. I pronounced the man dead myself.
It's not my reputation that's at stake here.
Don't try that.
Have the newspapers got wind of it yet?
Well, that's what we're trying to avoid, sir.
Certainly. What's the major concern?
Panic. Sheer bloody panic, sir.
Indeed.
You're not taking this seriously, are you, Holmes?
Yes, as you should. It's a matter of professional integrity. No girl wants to marry a doctor who can't tell if the man's dead or not.
How did you guys bond so well, and how did you connect?
Respect, I think, initially.
Truly. And also, just as, well, you know, as actors initially, it was clear we both loved this idea of these two opposing personalities having to live together, and the domestic nature of their relationship, which, you know, spirals also into situations where they're up against, you know, 14 hooded dudes with sticks, and yet they're more interested in bickering about whether they left the hob on or you know, are those my shoes, that kind of vibe.
The witness stated that he saw Lord Blackwood rise from the grave.
Going to raise a force that will alter the course of the world.
He's just as brilliant as you are, and infinitely more devious.
We'll see about that.
I had no idea how they'd work together. And obviously the thing really relies on that. Although in the script, I'm not sure that you necessarily got a sense of what they eventually have brought to the screen. They've brought something extra in that they got on really well as individuals. So that was fascinating to see.
Get that out of my face.
It's not in your face, it's in my hand.
Get what's in your hand out of my face.
They've been flirting like this for hours.
And did you, by the way, see Sherlock and Watson as superheroes?
Yeah, they are. They're pretty incredible. I mean, Sherlock has a sixth sense, you know. He does sort of have powers that other people don't have. And then they work so well as a team together. Yeah, I suppose they are.
Holmes, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Are you wearing a...
False nose? No.
Tell me that wasn't...
That wasn't.
Holmes! Where are you going? What's that? What's that?
Superheroes to me implies implies a different genre of movie, and this is an action adventure. But what it really is it's a literary national treasure of the UK and the world at large. So to me, it kind of transcends that. That's more of a modern idea to me, and I think this is more in the, you know.
I think also what makes why the reason this duo and this particular legend has lasted so well is because there are human flaws to the both of them, and they both recognise that in each other and sort of support each other when the other lacks. But it's their humanity, it's their flaws and their frailties in a way that make their brilliance all the more extraordinary.
Yeah, I didn't mean to. I just did it all.
So no matter what we're going through or what our foibles are, we realize we have to look after each other, and I think that's the basis for any lasting friendship.
What have you done?
Madam, I need you to remain calm, and trust me, I'm a professional. But beneath this pillow lies the key to my release.